I'm Marcus Wenrick, and I will be doing my photography presentation on Walter Iooss Jr. So, for the background, Iooss is born in 1943. He's currently 81, and he's still an active photographer at his age. He said that he feels like he isn't done and he can still take more photographs. Even though there's less jobs available nowadays, he still feels like he can and he wants to. And then on the right, here's a picture. There's a picture of him with Michael Jordan in 1990. So his father was in photography, which began his interest in it. And at 16, he called Sports Illustrated, asked for the photo editor, and then asked to show him his portfolio and see if he could get any opportunities. And so the photo editor told him to go do some shoots and he would critique them. And then he did. And after a few of those shoots, he sent him out on assignment. And he was getting paid about $1,000 in today's money per day for that assignment. And that was his first work for Sports Illustrated at the age of 17. By 19, he had made it his first cover. And over his 6-decade career, he had over 300 cover photos, as much as 12 in a year. He's photographed the Olympics, he's photographed the first 52 Super Bowls. He's been a photographer that's worked closely with Michael Jordan. He helped Michael Jordan with photographing everything for his bestseller Rare Air, Michael on Michael. He's photographed musicians, advertisements, sports, and street photography. He has a wife and 2 children. So he's most known for his sports photography. His other photography he's less known for. There's still some notable street ad musician photos, but he's called the poet laureate of sports. So, that gives you some idea of what the comparison is. He's worked closely with Michael Jordan, but he's taken shots of plenty of high profile people. Like, everyone listed there is only a small amount of all the people he's taken photos of, especially with the Olympics. Like, not on the list there, but Phelps is also one such person. He just has so many people that he's worked with. It's incredible. And then he has iconic photos like the blue dunk, the slam dunk, and the catch. So, he distinguished himself by, one, his mentality, the age he started at, and as Michael Jordan puts it simply, he's quick and he's good. So part of being quick is his eye for everything. He has the eye for lighting. He started all at a young age. He developed that very early. But part of that is also that it allows him to get better equipment because he's been able to save up. So since he started getting paid at the age of 17, and then later on in his career, he's talking and he's like, the pros there had cameras shooting at 5 frames a second, and he had a 14 frame per second camera. So they just hear that going, you hear the shutter clicks. And 14 frames per second when you're shooting 5, that's just someone shooting triple your speed. So they just knew that they were, and they, when you have something like that, they know who you are, they know what you're doing, and they know that they cannot compete with that. Like, they can do good, but he was on another level. And then on the right there is a photo from 2000, his first time taking photographs of Tiger Woods. And so he was trying to recreate a famous shot from many years prior. And what he did is, even though it's generally frowned upon in golf, and he knew he could very likely get thrown out, he decided, let's go for the shot anyways. And he just said, if we get this shot, we get thrown out. Who gives a crap? Here's one he took at Dodger Stadium. Very nice lighting. Here's 2 photos he took of Shaq, and then they got printed on top of each other to make it look like Shaq is yelling into his own face. Here's one that just shows the lighting, the bold color, but in the background instead of the foreground. Very cool one. And then you see the shadow, the harsh light. Here's just leading lines with kids having fun, the childhood innocence of it all. Here's an action shot. You can see the clock. You can see it all frozen. Just see the whole stadium, all the crowds, the lighting on the ceiling. Just all of it. And you can see that just the angle also just emphasizes the height that they're jumping. The action of fighting, you can see that. You can see the reaction to the fist connecting. The surface tension right as it's about to break. You can just see that action shot that's perfectly timed. Just beautiful day, captures it well, just the feeling of it. Not necessarily the details, but the feeling. And that's the goal sometimes. Like here, the feeling of victory at the end of a tennis match. Here, the feeling of jumping up and making a play with the whole city behind you. So here he is on the field for a 1975 playoff game. So he said the beauty of sports is when you play it, nothing else exists. So if you're taking a jump shot and you wait for the sound of the swish, the world stands still, which is part of what he finds beautiful in sports. He has lots of good action shots because of that. And he has lots of prepared shots that are action shots but that he prepared ahead of time. So his favorite shots are the blue dunk, the slam dunk, the corner, and of his covers, his favorite shot is the catch. So this is the catch. It's widely known as one of the greatest football pictures of all time. This is a Joe Montana pass that eliminated the Dallas Cowboys when the Niners won a playoff game 28-27. And he got the shot before the catch was even fully made. Here's the blue dunk. This was a prepared shot in a parking lot where he set up everything. That's a hoop that they bought over from a different place, and then it's able to be raised and lowered as needed. He's in an environment where he can get up high where he wants to. He's scouted the area out beforehand, so he knows the timing for the shadows. He knows he has to be there between 2 and 3 p.m. He has an hour to get the shot. And he also painted the court to make sure that it would contrast with whatever MJ wore that day. The corner is a good example of the moment. He captures the moment of the childhood joy of playing baseball, and just like in the professionals, you can see how everyone's looking at him, and your eyes drawn to the ball. In the moment of swinging, he's focused on nothing else. He's happy. And then here is an interesting example of a bit of both, where he asked MJ before to tell him what direction he was going to go, so he could be on the right side to make sure he got his face for the shot. And he was able to get his face and get an iconic shot during the slam dunk contest and the dunk that MJ defended his title. So that's Iooss, a legendary sports photographer. Thank you.